Pickleballers, Eddie Pinto and Craig Southern here, Ocean City Recreation and Parks, joining you from the West Gym Court 5 Pickleball Court. I hope you've had a chance to work on some of the other skills and drills we've been sharing with you. Today we've decided it's time for us to get you all playing an actual game of pickleball. Well, to play the game, and determine a winner, you gotta have a score. And if you ask anybody that's been, started playing this game, one of the more difficult things about this is knowing how to keep score and have it accurate. So today we're going to attempt to teach you how to keep score. All right, to simulate a game so we can actually teach you scoring, we've asked Travis Davey and Hunter Nelson to join us. They're going to be helping us simulate a game so that we can show you the proper way to score keep. So we can get you playing. All right, Craig, I think we're ready to go.
All right, thanks, Eddie. Yeah, pickleball scoring is probably the most frustrating part of the game, and it's probably the hardest part of the game to learn as well. In pickleball, you can only score points when you're actually physically serving the ball. So, you're going to hear three numbers in pickleball. For example, you might hear a 0-0-2. You're probably thinking, what does that even mean? Well, the first number you hear is the team that's serving, that's their score. The second number is your opponent's score, and the third number is a server number, which is either going to be a 1 or a 2. Now in pickleball, you always start off serving on the right-hand side of the court. And the only person that can call the score is the person that's serving the ball. So let's say if Eddie and myself are playing, I'm serving on the right-hand side of the box. The score is us, it's 0, and it's 0, and I'm server number 1. Or let's say if I get a point, myself and Eddie will rotate sides. And now the score would be 1-0-1-1. So even though I switch sides, I still stay server number 1. Now let's say at the next point, I lose the point, and now my partner gets a chance to serve. And now the score would be 1-0, and he's server number 2. And if we would lose the point after that, it would go to our opponent's side. And our opponent would be on the right-hand side, because service always starts on the right-hand side, even at the start of a game. Always starts on the right-hand side of the court. And then their score would be 0, and we would be 1, and it would be server number 1. There is one exception to the rule where service on the right-hand side either would be a number 2 or a start, and that's the start of a pickleball game. So you only get one opportunity to serve at the start of a game, because there is an advantage, because the only way you can score points is by serving. And getting the serve right off the bat is an advantage. So you only get one opportunity to serve. So at the start of a game, you'll hear people say 0-0 start or 0-0-2. So right now we have game footage, and we're going to go step by step and show you how to keep score.
All right, here we go. We're going to start with a 0-0 start. Now remember, to start the game, the team that starts off serving only gets one opportunity to serve, so they only get one server. So now the ball goes to the other side. Now we got a 0-0-1. Okay, so the serving team did not get a point there, so nobody gets a point. So now it goes to the second server, so now the score is 0-0-2. All right, the ball went out of bounds. The serving team gets a point. The serving team rotates sides. So now the score is 1-0-2. Serving team gets another point. so they will switch sides again. Only the serving team will switch sides. So now the score is 2-0-2. Okay, so that ball went out of bounds. Serving team does not get a point. Goes back to the other side. And now we have a score of 0, serving 2, and server number 1. That serve went into the net. Nobody gets a point. Nobody rotates. Goes to the second server, so it'll be 0-2-2. Okay, that ball went out of bounds. Serving team did not score. Goes back to the other side now. Remember, you got to start off on the right-hand side always. And the score is 2-0-1. Okay, serving team gets a point. Serving side will rotate. Now we have a score of 3-0, server number 1. Okay, that ball went out of bounds. Nobody scores. Nobody rotates. Goes to the second server now. So now we have a score of 3-0-2. Okay, serving team did not score. Nobody gets a point. Nobody rotates. The ball goes back over to the other side. Now we have a score of 0-3-1. Serving team did not score. Nobody rotates. Goes to the second server. So we have a score of 0-3-2. And serving team finally gets a point. Serving side will rotate, and it'll be 1-3-2 will be the score. Ball went out of bounds. Serving team scores. Serving team rotates. Score is 2-3-2. Serving team did not score. The ball will go to the other side. And other side will be 3-2-1. Ball goes into net. Nobody scores. And we'll fast forward to the end of the game. The game has ended. To show good sportsmanship, you will meet at the center of the court.
All right, gang, thanks for joining us again for another Pickleball Pointers for Beginners. I hope we've helped with you learning how to score a little bit throughout this video. It's still going to be complicated when you get out on the floor, but trust your partner and trust your people across from you that your opponent, that they'll be honest and don't forget to show good sportsmanship as we just demonstrated. Join us next time on Pickleball Pointers.